In this segment, we're going to learn a little bit about the transition from the vehicle that the client wants to buy to their trade-in to your desk or to the inside of the showroom. This is generally the most difficult transition in the whole transaction because the client goes from their emotions being the highest to being terrified of having to pay for the vehicle and making sure they get a good deal. Most deals are lost over trade-in value. And that trade-in value is a problem because most people have a perception of their vehicle of being excellent condition, really high, the best it's ever been. Well, it's because it's mine. You know, it's kind of like there were some cars that Elvis Presley owned. They were Stutz Bearcats, and they were pretty rare cars, but they're even more rare because they were Elvis's, right? So they got to be worth more. Well, that's kind of how I feel like my car is when I go to trade it in. Don't you? I mean, I owned it, right? I signed it on. I signed the dashboard of it. It ought to be worth a boatload of money, right? I'm just kidding. But that's how people feel, right? Our car is always worth excellent money just because we owned it. It doesn't matter if it's got pop cans in it. That can be cleaned out, okay? So here's a couple of things that I want you to do. Once you've asked, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the perfect vehicle, the client agrees, is in agreement that, yeah, this is, if you could get it with the black interior and make it a 10, excellent. Mr. Customer, if you would, tell me how many miles are on this car here so that I can take the miles down when I go inside. And he'll look at them and he'll say something like 14. Okay, it'll be really low miles. 23, not 1,000, just 23. Okay. Go out of the vehicle and say, now where did you park your car that you'll be selling to us? And he'll say, well, I parked it right here, right next to us. Great, that's awesome. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to walk around their car very slowly and look at things that are damaged on their car. Nobody has a perfect car. There's going to be dents, there's going to be dings, and I want you to point out, like touch some of them and say, how did this happen? And let them remember, oh, I think I got that at a parking lot in Walmart. Well, all cars have dents and dings on them, don't they? Yeah, they do. I just like to know how it happened so that when I talk to my manager about your car, I can relay the information. Stick your finger in the tread of the tires. Stick your finger in the tread of the tires. Let them know that you're checking the tread of the tires. Ask them, when was the last time that you replaced the tires on this vehicle? When was the last time you replaced the brakes on this vehicle? Do you have all the maintenance records on this car? Anything that could increase the value of the vehicle or decrease the value of the vehicle. So you could ask them, is there anything you've done in the last 12 months that might increase the value of this vehicle that I might not know about? Oh yeah, you know what, I just put new shocks on it all the way around and I had some ball joints fixed on the front end. Great, thank you, that's great information. A couple of things that happens is it allows your client to build up their car, or if they haven't done any of it, it allows you to have them acknowledge that there might be some work that needs to be done before we could sell it. A great question that I like to ask clients when they're walking around their car is, let me ask you this, Mr. Customer. If you were going to sell this car to your best friend, what is it that you would do to it before you sold it to them? They'll tell you right away. They'll tell you right away every single time. Well, I would never sell it to my best friend because, the power windows don't work and it's got a lot of miles on it and it's got an engine oil leak. Well, you're going to find out a lot about the car. But you want to walk around the vehicle and you're going to start at the passenger side rear quarter panel or the trunk area and move around to the driver's side. When you get to the driver's side, you're going to ask them to unlock the door. When you open up the door, you're going to kind of look in and just look around a little bit and say, Mr. Customer, would you mind grabbing the miles off of this car and get your registration out of the glove compartment? Okay? Why am I doing that? I'll tell you why. It's awesome. When you ask them to get the miles off of their car, they're reading those miles off. So they just got out of that new car. You asked them what the mileage was on that. It's got 23 miles on it. They get out of theirs. It's got 147,000, right? Wow, big difference in mileage. It justifies why they're there in the first place. You've got to program them to remember why they're there in the first place. They're there because they want a car. They're there because they want to feel good. They're there because they want that emotion that goes along with getting a brand new car. And you are the one to get them into one. Once they've gotten the mileage and the registration, you say, come on inside, let's go get some numbers to put together. And walk inside and turn and walk. They will follow you every single time, and you'll go in and sit down at your chair. I'll be back with a little bit more on this subject in a few.